RVing to me is amazing. I absolutely love it. But there is a crazy side to RVing. The obscure things that you see, the strange things, the unexplainable things, even the potentially dangerous situations you can find yourself in while RVing.
That's what this video is about.
Now, the more you RV, you have a higher chance of seeing something crazy or having extreme weather, whether it's that storm coming through. But something that I see that's kind of more common than some of the others is flooding, because I think a lot of RV parks are put in pretty low areas, so they're susceptible to flooding.
And we've been through a couple.
One flood was in 1,000 Trails in Arizona, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. It was more exciting than anything. Really, we only had to wait like an hour for the water to go down for us to get out. But when we were in Southern California, that was a different story.
We've been having a bit of rain for the last couple of days. This is the road into the RV park, so I don't think we're going anywhere tonight.
So in this situation, the RV park was kind of in this valley, and the river was flowing through there, and it would cross the road on both sides. So whether you turned left or right, you would have this high water, and it lasted for days. We couldn't get RVs in or out. There was a footbridge, and people were having to bring in food because they were stuck inside the park. The silver lining to that storm was it was absolutely gorgeous once the sun came out after that storm. Now, to state the obvious, not every RV park out there is the same. So there's one in Savannah, Georgia called Creekfire. It is an absolutely gorgeous facility. There's some RV parks out there that try to be resorts, and there's some that actually earn that title of being a resort. So on one end of the spectrum, you have a place like Creekfire, and then on the other side of the spectrum, we checked into a place one time. I'm paying at the front counter and checking in, and I look off to the side and I see their electric panels opened up and they have a fan blowing on the electric panels. I asked, "Are you having any problems with your electrical?" He said, "No, we're not having any problems." I said, "Well, you have fans blowing on your open electrical panels. I thought there might be a problem." They said, "No, that fan's there, so we don't have a problem." That one was a first for me. If you have to open up your electrical panels and take the front off and blow air on it, you have an electrical problem. That needs to be fixed. We did see another electrical problem. We were up in Maine staying, and all of a sudden we heard like a big zap and pop. We look outside, and the pedestal across the row from us is smoking. So I first tried to find somebody so they could get it shut down and get the problem solved, and I immediately unplugged our RV too. If they're having a problem there, there was a chance they were going to have problems somewhere else. Yes, we have our surge protector and all that, but I would rather unplug and avoid any catastrophe that could be coming our direction. So that was really just smoke, but we did have another fire when we were coming across the country heading towards Florida, and we had to delay leaving the park because the road got shut down because of bales of hay that caught on fire at the entrance of the RV park. Now, another thing that can be kind of strange are the hookups at RV parks. They're not the same across the board everywhere that you go, and not everybody hooks up the same. So sometimes I don't know if there's a problem with the RV park and the hookups and the connections, or if somebody just came in and used the system wrong. Either way, we saw this one where they had connected their power. They came in the wrong way to the RV site, but they connected their power one direction, and their water, they stretched all the way across to the other site. So I don't know if they were told to do it this way, but that hose barely even touched the ground in the middle. It was so stretched out. That was a strange one. Now, this next one is seeing animals in your RV site. It's not uncommon to have animals in your RV site, but there is something fun and kind of exciting about it, whether you look out and see horses or you're in a place that has bison, or for me, I don't know why, but I love seeing the sandhill cranes. They almost seem prehistoric. We did stay at this one RV park that it was right next to a zoo, and the majority of mornings you could wake up and you could hear the lions in the background. I'm sure we're not the only ones, but we've also had animals that kind of hang out around us, whether it's a cat that just wants to see what's going on or hangs out on our steps, or a dog would be there every time that you step out the door. The one that made me want to get a dog, I don't know what the dog's name, but we called it Crazy Maisie. She'd even follow us on a walk. But the one that I thought was most strange and kind of interesting was chickens. We would step outside the RV, and it was like a brood of hens would just come charging at you. It was hilarious. Chickens in the RV park coming up to you was hilarious. But I also love seeing kind of custom RVs that are out there. Sometimes you can find an RV that's kind of a work of art. This one, clearly from Alaska, even has a mailbox on the side. It's just, he must have put a ton of work into this thing. I was impressed with it. And there's also custom paint jobs that you'll see on RVs at times, like a massive cat on the front, or this one that it was like a cat Rushmore on there. I was trying to think of a name, maybe like President Peak or Meowton Rushmore, political prominence, or I know, how about Mount Rushmeow? Then I realized I was giving this way too much thought. I don't know, help me out. What would you name Cat Rushmore? This is something that I love about RVing. There's always something interesting and kind of unexpected when you go out RVing. I'd love to hear from you guys. What kind of sticks out in your mind as crazy or interesting, or kind of one of those stories that you tell around the campfire of, you wouldn't believe what we saw this one time. Leave that down in the comments. I would love to hear it. So, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you might like some of our other videos. But as always, if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video. Take care.